this smells great.
Yes.
Cheers.
And did you know that wine actually doesn't have any fat?
Okay.
But it has calories from carbohydrate.
Okay.
And the carbohydrate comes from the sugar content, which
okay.
actually determines the amount of alcohol content in the wine.
So it's all related to the sugar.
All related to the sugar.
Okay.
They say optimum is about 6 to 8 ounces of wine per 4 hours, which is not considered overindulgence.
Oh, no.
Beyond that, you're drinking too much.
That's right.
Absolutely. And, and the way to keep it low is sip it slow. And that's why I say smell, sip, roll it in your tongue so that you don't drink it like juice or water.
Okay.
Sip it slow, have some food with it, then you're not overdoing it.
So what you're trying to say is moderation.
Absolutely.
Moderation. So I think moderation is really the watchword in order to include wine as a part of a healthy lifestyle. And actually it may be a really important skill, right? Because you have to learn how to use that skill, practice it, and it can help extend your own life. Because there's health benefits, right? Is that what we understand?
Totally. There's so much health benefit. But if you overdo it, you're not getting the health benefit.
Right.
So let's take you back to Napa and continue our journey there.
All right, good.
Specifically California wine, how is that different from any part of the world?
Well, basically our climate here is optimal. It's very similar to Mediterranean type, so we can grow all different types of grapes. But what is very important is that we pay attention to the terroir, the French term, of course. Basically, it's the geology, the microclimate, the soil type. We plant just the right type of grape with just the right type of soil. We have in this valley alone about 50 or so different soil types and about 180 microclimates.
Wow.
Everything makes a difference.
So different parts of Napa would have different kinds of soil type and different kinds of wine?
Yeah, there's a Stag Leap district that will do better in cabs.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
And there's a Carneros area that's known for its Pinots, you know, so there's...
And the Oak Knoll district, which is across the street from us, is very famous for its Chardonnays as well.
Right.
So.
Now coming back to the alcohol content and the calorie and all that, the least amount of alcohol content is in white wine and...
Generally in the white wines, that is correct.
All right, and what about calories? We're always conscious about calories.
Normally about 120 calories per glass, but it's important, once again, the balance. And the health benefits are numerous of drinking 1 or 2 glasses of wine with your meals.
Tell me some of the goodness.
Well, my personal favorite is mental health. After a hard day, a little bit of wine, I feel much better. For our heart, healthy heart, cholesterol, and it's also an excellent source of potassium. Yay.
Yeah.
So don't eat bananas, you drink our wine.
So this is the use of a refractometer.
Okay.
We squeeze the grape juice onto the refractometer, onto the prism, and it refracts off the sunlight. And we can see here that we have, again, 18%. Each one has been 18% sugar. So it's been very uniform.
Which is
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yes.
Today we went to check our vineyard of Pinot Noir. I'm going to check the sugar on those in a minute. Also have some sample of Pinot Noir.
Would that be higher?
Would probably be higher
Yeah,
because
okay.
it ripens earlier.
Okay. Now you were talking about the grapes and the types of wine that come out from each grapes and difference in the grape itself.
Well, all of the grape varieties come from Europe. They're called from the species Vitis vinifera, which is the species that produces the best quality grapes for wine, for table wines. And all those grapes were brought to California by a few different people or at different times, basically in the 19th century. Since then, the industry has brought other selections of the same grape varieties to improve the quality. But basically, the industry started in the latter half of the 19th century, and it's been very successful here because the climate is very pleasant.
So Ernie, why is Napa known for cabs? Like why is Napa known all across the world for its cabs?
So what slowly is developing here, like I say, we only have a history of about 150 years as compared to in Europe where they have maybe 500 years of history.
Right.
We have developed preference for wines, for grapes and wines grown in certain regions. And Napa and Sonoma have what appears to be the best climate for Cabernet Sauvignon because we have warm but not hot days, and we have cold or cool nights. And that's the best for the quality of the wine because the acidity, back to that point of acidity, the acidity is maintained in the grapes when the nights are cool. When the nights are warm, the acidity is oftentimes respired. So in the warmer regions of California, you don't have as good a wine usually because the nights are warmer and there's less acidity in the grapes.
So is that why Europe has less acidity than California?
Europe has higher acidity because it's cooler in Europe.
So why is the alcohol percentage so lower in European wines versus Napa
They have
wines?
less sunlight,
Okay.
usually, so the grapes do not obtain the same ripeness, maturity.
Okay.
So where I was talking to you about before about 24% sugar.
Right, right.
So there may be regions there where they only get to 21 or 22%
Okay.
sugar. Therefore, the acidity is still high because you have to
Okay.
think it's a little technical, but
Okay.
as the sugar is increasing, the acidity is decreasing.
So is it more alcohol percentage? Does that mean it's better wine, or is the wine doesn't?
It's subjective. To
Subjective,
my
okay.
opinion,
I love less alcohol
I
in the
don't
wine.
like the wines with 15% alcohol. either.
Yeah.
They are bombastic. Sometimes they're very interesting, but
Then they become vodka.
you feel the difference when you drink a few glasses of those wines. You feel the difference than when you
Yeah.
drink the glasses of wine that are 13% alcohol.
Yeah, I know. Some of the boutique wines I've seen at 15.1, it almost tastes very, very oaky and very, some of them very chocolatey, like very,
Very extracted.
Very extracted,
and almost
right.
like port.
yeah, almost like port, right? Very.
Thank you so
Sweet.
much, Ernie, for having us here today. This is a
Anytime.
beautiful day, gorgeous winery, and I'm going to try some of your other wine.
Pleasure.
Right.
Please
The
do.
Platinum.
The platinum
Yeah,
Riesling.
I'm taking it
Riesling.
home.
Yeah.